Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Missouri. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Drury University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me this evening. I'm going to go ahead and get my share screen up here. Okay, we should be ready to start. And I'm Kelly. I'm the Associate Director here at Drury in Springfield. I also serve as the transfer counselor. I'm going on my 9th year here at Drury. Just a little bit about me. I have spent a lot of time with our traditional day school, and I do work locally with our first-time freshmen as well, but I tend to love to work with the transfers, so this is where I stay. Just a little bit of accolades about Drury. You know, everybody kind of has these nice picturesque views of their schools. Of course, the ones that I like to point out are our NCAA teams, Division II, we do really well. But mostly it's that 100% of our students do participate in service project learning. We are very hands-on, and for that reason, I think that's why you will see the 99% of grads who are employed or have gone on to grad school in the first 6 months from graduation. Another thing that I like to point out is our student to faculty ratio. We are a 13-to-1. And within that, I usually like to say all of our faculty here have the highest degree within their field. So all of them are PhD. There are no instructors or student-led classes. That is, of course, until the end of the year when students are working on their projects. So like I said, we're in Springfield. It's the convenience of the city, but it's a small town feel. I usually like to say that it feels like Drury is in the island, kind of its own. It's nice here in downtown. I'll have some pictures of that in a couple more slides, but it's easy to access downtown. It's very student friendly, lots of discounts, of course, but then you go just outside of the city and there's a lot of outdoor space. So it's perfect for students that want a little bit of both. More as to, you know, why is Drury good at serving their students and why are we so renowned? I won't go through all of those that you can see on the screen, but we do kind of refer to ourselves with the Drury difference. We do have renowned STEM majors here. Each of our schools on campus have, you know, many different majors within them to help any student and their needs. Here are some pictures of that downtown scape. If you aren't from Springfield or aren't familiar, of course, this is what it looked like pre-COVID. So hopefully we'll get back there soon. This is where I want to spend the bulk of my time visiting with you this evening. So for our transfer students, our scholarship and need-based aid is all stackable, of course, unless you're participating in one of our athletics here on campus. You can, of course, apply for outside scholarships, but here's the good part. Any of our transfer students that are coming from a community college, and you may have participated in the Phi Theta Kappa, we are going to give you $1,000 for every year you're here. It's automatically renewable, as are all of our academic awards. They range from $10,000 to $16,000, and you don't have to do anything for those. And like I said, they renew every year. You don't have to reapply for them, and those are based on your GPA. We can also do transcript evaluation for you. I prefer to do that here in office or do it with you over email. We don't use a transfer tool because we like to be able to double dip on your credits as often as possible. Here on campus, we do have campus housing. Most of those for transfer students, we prefer that you enjoy one of our apartment style housing complexes. They all come with a full kitchen, but of course our dorms are available for you too. We do encourage all of our students to visit, though right now we're not opening up any of those housing units For walk-in visitors, there are virtual tours on our website. For our admission policy and practice, it's going to be, very similar to any school you're looking to. Of course, you need to submit your transcripts. I can waive the high school transcript requirement if you have a completed Associate of Arts degree. And then we need to collect your transcripts. And then we have a decision for you on admission, typically within 24 hours. Life on and off campus, we have a very lively campus atmosphere. But I also just want to say for any commuters, and most of the time our transfer students are commuters here in Springfield, and just the surrounding towns as well. Our commuter parking, you are guaranteed a spot. It's never full. It is free for anybody that wants to bring their cars to campus. You also have access to our library and any of our labs here on campus as a commuter student, and everybody gets 600 free prints a semester. So I always like to mention that too. Drury Fusion is, I'm looking at my time here. Drury Fusion is our curriculum. And here in a couple more slides, there will be a UR code that you can scan with your phone, and that way you can look at that later. We do have students do 3 credentials, a mentorship, and a real world experience. So you can see what some of those are there. As a transfer student, if you do bring in an Associate of Arts degree, we will waive one of those certificate requirements. What is their certificate? There's the code if you want to take an opportunity. That way you can view it later, not while our other schools are presenting. And a certificate is what we combine with our general education and your major requirements. And finally, here's one more code for you to click on that will take you straight to sign up for a campus visit. I'll visit with you here at the end of our time together.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Pittsburg State University.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. All right. Hi, my name is Ashlyn Dow. I'm the admission counselor for Pitt State, and I actually graduated from Longview Community College, and then I transferred to Pitt State. So I'm also a transfer student myself. So Pittsburg State is located in Pittsburg, Kansas. If you're from, if you know where the Kansas City area is, it's about 2 hours south from Kansas City. And it's right there on the border of Missouri and Kansas. So it's about 30 minutes from Joplin, Missouri. But Pittsburg is a smaller town. So we have about 20,000 residents of the town of Pittsburg. And even though it is a smaller town, there's a ton to do in town. There's a bunch of different restaurants. We actually just opened an area called Block 22, and that is businesses that we've renovated that were older, historic businesses, and we've renovated them. And there's now 3 brand new restaurants. There's an innovative space for students. And then there's also student housing as well that I'm going to talk a little bit about later on in my presentation. So about Pitt State itself, we have about 6,000 students on our campus, so that makes us medium sized, which I personally really like the size of our campus. Going from a smaller community college, I didn't want to transfer to a university that was huge. I didn't want to walk into class on the first day and there's like 500 students in the class. Actually, on average, our classes have about 22 students, and that could get even smaller just depending on what major you're in. For example, my senior year, I was a political science major, and I got down to classes as small as 5 students. So it really just depends on, what program you're in and how big or small your classes are going to be besides those, general education courses. On the topic of majors, we have over 100 different majors to choose from. So I'll highlight some of our more popular programs, and then you're welcome to look online or ask me about any specific programs that we have. But we have nursing, education, business, and then our technology department is really, really popular as well. We have those more hands-on majors. So if you're interested in, automotive technology or construction technology, those are going to be housed in the technology department, and those are really popular programs. We also have over 150 different clubs and organizations to choose from as well. So as a transfer student, you do not have to live on campus, but I personally would highly recommend it. Again, as a transfer student, I did live on campus. I lived in our Crimson Commons, which is an apartment style dorm. So I had 3 other roommates, and then I shared a common area with those roommates. So it's kind of like a nice transition, if you're living in an apartment or if you're still living at home, it's a nice transition, going from that to living in communal living, but you still have your own space. And then we also have, I mentioned Block 22 earlier, but that's a really, really good option for transfer students. It's in our downtown Pittsburgh area, so it's walkable to a lot of restaurants, there's coffee shops, and there's also shopping down there as well. And it's just a really cool area overall. This photo on the slide is actually from Block 22, and it's brand new. It opened up 2 years ago, so it's really, really nice. They're mostly studio apartments, but we also have double options as well. And then for meal plans, I would say most students do unlimited meal plans. I did it and then actually switched midway through the semester to the Monday through Friday instead of a Monday through Sunday meal plan, just because I was eating a lot more at my dorm than I thought I would. So that's an option too. If you do end up doing unlimited and then you want to switch it, you can definitely do that. So as a transfer student, the requirement is that you have to have a 2.0 GPA, and all you need to do is apply and our admission application is actually completely free. So you'll just apply and then you can send me your transcripts, and then we'll let you know about transferring your credits and that sort of thing. Most of all my credits transferred automatically except for one. And then I just actually talked to my advisor about that and he got it transferred for me. So transferring to Pitt State is really, really seamless and easy. And then for tuition, I'll go over just some general facts about tuition, and then we can talk about specifics later on if you want to email me or text me about it. But what makes tuition unique at Pitt State is that we're flat rate. So we don't charge you per credit hour. We just charge you the same amount no matter how many classes you take. And then we also offer in-state tuition for all of Missouri residents. We are right there, on the Missouri, close to the Missouri border. So every person in Missouri will get in-state tuition at Pitt State. So for athletics, a little bit more, exciting than tuition. We are Division II for athletics. And as you can see here, we have a wide range of options for both men and women's sports. We also have a club rugby, club baseball, and the dance and cheer team that are not listed on this slide. So if you're interested in athletics, I would just go to pittstategirls.com and then you can get into contact with our coaches. So on our campus, we do have over 150 different organizations. I mentioned that earlier, but I think it's really important for transfer students to get involved in organizations. As when you're transitioning to a new school, it can be intimidating and it can be kind of hard to make friends at first, right? So if you do join an organization, I feel like it makes that transition a little bit easier. They also require you to have a certain GPA. So most of the time it's going to keep you motivated to keep your grades up. It looks really good on your resume. And I would say there's endless reasons as to why you should join an organization. But as you can see here, we have a little bit of everything for everyone. We have everything from knit club to Greek life to religious organizations, a little bit of everything in between. And then I will leave my contact information up on the screen. If you have any questions after this, like I said earlier, you can just call, email, or text me, whatever is easiest for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Missouri Southern State University.
Got to unmute first. My name is Ashlyn Bradley. I'm from Missouri Southern State University, and I'm one of the admissions counselors. So we are located in Joplin, Missouri. It's in the southwest portion of Missouri. We have about 50,000 people in the area, but a lot of surrounding communities come in to go shopping, eat dinner. So there's a lot more people in the area than it kind of seems. Our campus itself is about a medium-sized campus. We have a 19-to-1 student ratio and about 25 to 30 students in the average class size. We currently have about 5,600 students enrolled from 48 countries and 42 different states. We do offer intramural sports and Greek life, as well as over 70 student organizations and clubs. Some of those clubs are related specifically to majors. Some of them are more based on religious practices, but we have a club for pretty much anything. And if we don't have it, then you can definitely create your own club. I like to mention our Mays Student Life Center. This is an area for students to gather, whether that's to study, to meet other students, to play video games, play foosball, or pool. We have all those options in our Student Life Center. And this is available to students whether they live on campus or off campus. So if you have time between classes, this is a great area to hang out. We also have 15 Division II NCAA teams, and we have a career services office. So if you're wanting to go to grad school, if you're wanting to apply for a job or an internship, our career services office can meet with you and help you with a resume, do a mock interview. This is an option for you while you're a student and after you graduate. And as I mentioned, we do have a lot of students from different countries. So we have an international mission on campus where we have themed semesters, and we also give additional scholarships for students who are interested in studying abroad. Here's a little bit on our in-state tuition. We are one of the most affordable schools in Missouri and the 4 states. We do not require that our transfer students live on campus, but it is a good opportunity to be more involved. You don't have to worry about parking, and you can also get meals. So it's an affordable option if you do want to live on campus as well. We don't have any additional fees. So this means any access to our libraries, our student gathering areas, our recreation center, all of that's already included in your tuition. So it's very straightforward and simple. The only time you'll have additional fees is for textbooks, any late fees, or if you're taking a biology course like in our cadaver lab or a chemistry course, there is a little bit of an extra special course cost. But other than that, our tuition is simple and straightforward. We do offer scholarships for our transfer students, including the Phi Theta Kappa, Board of Governors, and the University Academic. It does depend on how many transfer credits you are bringing in, and they are renewable. So a couple of these can be combined, but not all of them. You can also bring in outside scholarships or get an athletic scholarship. So this is something we can talk about in more depth about your options for financial assistance after this, if you would like to meet with me. We have a variety of degree options as well. We have certificates, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, and master's degrees. If you have a specific interest that you're wanting to pursue, I'm happy to discuss those in more detail, but I just listed our top majors here since we are limited on time. We offer biology, or our top majors are biology, business, criminal justice, education, and our health sciences degrees. Applying is very easy. You just go to mssu.edu. You can pay the application fee or request a fee waiver. You submit your transcripts from all the institutions you have previously attended. And then you can be accepted based off of your 2.0 GPA or higher. And then you must leave your previous institutions in good academic standing. We are still allowing visits on campus, whether that be during the week, you want to come tour the campus and kind of see what the feel is, or you can come to one of our weekend events or welcome events that we're hosting during the week and weekends. If you are interested in doing this, you can go to mssu.edu/campus-tours. You can also reach out to me directly. We're wanting to provide more opportunities for our students to be on campus and prospective students to be on campus. So we do require a mask, but we are allowing gatherings. So things are getting slowly back to normal. That's kind of a breakdown of what we offer at this point. But I'm happy to speak with you in more detail about our programs and just why Southern is a great option for you. If you'd like to scan this QR code, you can do so. It will pull up our prospect card where you can select areas that you're interested in learning more. You're also welcome to call, text, or email me, and I'm happy to meet with you, whether it's virtually, in person, or over the phone. I appreciate your time, guys, and have a great rest of your afternoon and a great weekend.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Newman University.
Hi everyone, my name is Holly Weatherburn and I am a transfer admissions counselor at Newman University. Let me go ahead and just do this really quick. So being a transfer student myself, I do understand that choosing the right college to go to can be a difficult decision. So I'm hoping that after this presentation, you know a little bit more about Newman and how we prepare our students for the future. So we are a close-knit community of 1,200 students with an 11:1 student to faculty ratio and an 18 student average class size. So this means you'll get that personalized attention and customized education plan. We are located in Wichita, Kansas, the biggest city in Kansas by population and one of the top 10 places to live in the US. We are a Catholic college and welcome all faiths and beliefs. You don't have to be Catholic or go to Mass in order to be a Newman student. We were established in 1933 by the Adorers of the Blood of Christ and named for St. John Henry Newman, who was canonized a saint 2 years ago. We don't have academic advisors at Newman. We only have faculty advisors. So you'll actually be advised by a professor in the program who understands the classes you'll take, the program itself, and even like the shadowing and internship opportunities that are available to you. This helps our students to be intentional and prepare for the future. So these are some of the things that we're known for, but I would say the most important is that high employment rate. So overall, 71% of our students are employed in the field of study versus the national average of 27%. And this is due to the dedication of Newman faculty to preparing the students for the future, the opportunities that are available to Newman students. And it also helps that our faculty not only possess research experience, but they also possess practical experience within the field. So for example, many of our business professors have their own successful businesses or have held high positions within their field, for example, a CEO. So we have around 40 undergraduate programs, and most popular, I would say, are our sciences, nursing, allied health, education, and business. And we have 11 pre-professional programs as well. So what are the most common misconceptions of Newman University? Well, the first is that we're expensive. We do have a free application for domestic students, and we award an academic scholarship to every student admitted to the university, and 99% of our students receive financial assistance. The second is that we're hard to get in. We have been test optional since 2019. Our admissions GPA requirement is at 2.25 or better, and we do recruit for FIT. So as far as our scholarships, they are based on GPA for our academic scholarship, and they range from 11,000 to 15,000 for the year for up to 4 semesters. And we also offer some specialized transfer scholarships, mainly for students seeking a bachelor's degree. So this is the breakdown of the 11,000 to 15,000 based upon GPA, and that is going to be your academic scholarship. And then we also offer a dual advising scholarship that is going to be for students from transferring from a community college or technical college 1 to 2 semesters before you'll apply to get in the program. You'll get a Newman faculty advisor to work alongside you to make sure that your transition to Newman is seamless. We also have a PTK membership scholarship as well, and an associate's degree as well. So if you qualify for more than one of these, we will take the highest, and that will stack on top of your academic scholarship. We also have opportunities for anyone interested in art, theatre, or music. And then we also have an honours program as well that gives you the opportunity to be eligible for an additional $1,000 scholarship. We are the only NCAA Division II private college in Kansas. So we do have 18 athletic programs. We're also in the MIAA conference. And if you wanted to compete but not be a collegiate athlete, we also offer intramural sports as well. We have 3 residence halls on campus. Today I'm going to focus on Beata and Fugate Hall because they are the ones that are most common for transfer students. So Beata Hall is sophomore standing and up. It is more of a pod style. There's 5 rooms to a pod, and we do have laundry facilities in all residence halls as well as Wi-Fi. And then Fugate Hall is for junior and up. It is an apartment style. There's a full kitchen in that one. You either do a 2-bedroom or a 4-bedroom. And then also something that's really cool is there are printers in the dorms at Newman, and you also get up to 150 free pages a week. Navigator is our supercharged support system to empower students to change their future. We asked Newman students what they needed to be successful after graduation, and from the responses, we created the Navigator program. This program offers internship and shadowing opportunities, an opportunity to have a professional mentor within your field of study, and it also kind of gets you prepared for either grad school or getting jobs after graduation. Our First to Go program offers support and resources to students, to first-generation students. This program has been designed to set our first-gen students up for a successful college career and turn dreams into reality. As a first-gen student myself, I know that I would have really benefited from this program. Our new Science Centre was built in 2017 and it hosts our state-of-the-art science facilities. KU med students in the first and second year will get taught by Newman faculty, and they actually utilise the cadaver lab, making Newman a great choice for healthcare or science-related fields, and the transition to med school a good one. We are taking all precautions, masks, social distancing, sanitizing, desks, chairs, all that good stuff. We also have an allocated dorm where students are quarantining, and they do get the lunches taken to them in safe pre-packaged containers. You can follow us on social media to get the latest information on scholarships and events that we have going on campus. And then this is my information. If anybody has any questions, then you can feel free to reach out to me and I will get back to you and answer those questions.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Missouri State University.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for attending, and thank you also MOACAC and StriveScan for putting this together. My name is Bart Tibbs. I have been at Missouri State for many years now, and I'm fortunate enough to work with our transfer students. This first slide is a lot of statements here. I mean, you can see we are a large university. We are a four-year public university. Some of the things that have been mentioned earlier tonight that I want to emphasize is the student organizations and those opportunities to be involved in your campus. When you're at Missouri State, as you can see, around 375 plus student organizations that are available. So definitely take part of that and be connected with your college university. It will really help with that transition to your new environment. We are a Division I school, so basically you show your student ID and you walk into the venues. A couple exceptions with baseball and our ice hockey club team. We don't own those, so there is a small fee to watch those. Now, we provide actually a little bit over 170 different academic programs for you to choose from. So there's a lot of breadth to our academic programs. Your average class size on our campus will be, for juniors and seniors, is right around 20 students. If you were a freshman or sophomore on our campus, those general ed classes are averaging right around 30 for that. One of the things that I do hope that you research and look at is opportunities to do research with your professors. We have a lot of our undergraduate students who will take that initiative and ask professors, ask advisors for opportunities to do some research. Maybe they're looking at grad school or doctoral programs, and it's a great way to be involved. Because our faculty and our university, we focus on you as an undergraduate student. So you don't have to be a graduate student to do research for us. Now, the admissions process is pretty straightforward. You need 24 credit hours that are post high school graduation and a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. So we would need transcripts from each of your college classes. So back in high school, if you took dual credit, of course, we would need a transcript from that college also. And then once we have all that information, it takes us maybe 6 to 8 days to get everything processed and get back to you about your admissions appointment. I think this slide is one of my favorites because it's just a bold truth. Transfer students at Missouri State are extremely important. On a given year, it'll probably be anywhere from 35 to 45% of our new undergraduates are transfer students. So we have been very fortunate to provide a very welcoming atmosphere for our transfer students and try to support them as best we can. So, and one of those ways that we help support our students is that we require a transfer student to meet with an academic advisor before they will register for classes. So that is very important. We want to make sure that's an efficient time for you to get your degree. Other things to look at are the cost, our tuition and fees. This is based upon a student who's taking 28 credit hours per year. So you can see in-state and out-of-state options. Room and board, if you decide to live on campus, around $9,400 is an average. Now, you don't have to live on campus. Any student who has 27 hours or more post-high school does not have to live on campus. But if you choose to do so, there are 13 different residence halls to choose from. And we even have a couple options specifically and only for transfer students. You can live in any residence hall, but as a transfer student, you get dibs, so to say, on a couple options. So you can live in an environment that is all transfer students if you'd like to do so. So you've already got one thing in common with everyone in your program. Books and supplies, around $1,200 a year. You can save anywhere from 10 to 40%. If you purchase used textbooks, you can get those from our university bookstore, and of course other vendors, maybe online with that. So the total for in-state and out-of-state gives you an idea there. Now for our out-of-state students, you can earn the in-state tuition rate. If a student has 24 credit hours, again, that they've earned after high school graduation, and a minimum GPA of a 3.25, you automatically will get in-state tuition. And of course, when we're looking at scholarships and financial aid, we do have some options that, again, are automatic for our transfer students. The Transfer Excellence and Transfer Academic. They start off with the academic at 24 hours college credit and a 3.25, and that'll be a $1,500 scholarship. It's renewable for up to 3 years. The Transfer Excellence Scholarship is a $2,500 award. It's for a student who comes in with their Associate of Arts degree or Associate of Science degree. The Phi Theta Kappa is an additional $500 award for students who have been active on their account. So you do have to fill that out and send it to us. Your advisor has to sign off on that. Of course, the FAFSA form is needed, and you'll have opportunities for other scholarships too once you're here. With that, my contact information, also my colleague Katie Dyer, who's with us tonight too, helping out with any questions you might have in the Q&A as a transfer academic advisor. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Just want to invite everyone to come back on to do some Q&A. So first, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? And then you can just answer in the same order that you presented in.
So what I would recommend is that students that are looking to transfer, unless you of course know right away what program you want to transfer into, go ahead just like you did as a first-time freshman and apply to all of those schools that you're interested in. Apply to Missouri Southern, apply to Missouri State, go ahead and submit your application to all of them, just as you would have when you were searching schools for the first time.
I would say it's really important as a transfer student for you to go to the actual campus that you're interested in and meet with someone from the academic department that you're interested in majoring in, just so you can kind of get a feel for that department and you can see if it's going to be a good fit for you.
To reiterate on both of those, I agree. It's really important to find a place that fits your needs and your wants. And admissions counselors are here to help you. It's our job to assist you in this process, and we're happy to be there to support you, whether that's figuring out how your credits will transfer or whatever it is, whatever your questions are. That's what we're here for. We're happy to help.
I would definitely agree. I would say I'm a researcher, so I'm always going to say research, but at the same time, you have that admissions counselor. So no question is a silly question. We're here to go above and beyond to help you. So just make, kind of build that relationship with them. And then that way, you feel more comfortable about asking them questions and things. And then I would also say as well, a little bit about what Ashlyn said in the fact that figure out what different universities are offering, as far as like, do they let you go and meet faculty? Do they let you, go on campus? A lot of them do. I know we do. So it's like, figure out what is being offered. If you can get in to meet with faculty, if you can get in to meet with financial aid, the registrar's office, to see about transferring credits and all of that stuff. Just find out what's available to you and really utilize those resources to your, to your benefit.
I'm always kind of torn on this because there's so many important things and differences really for transfer students. Ultimately, I think as long as that, making sure that the colleges that you're looking at have the academic program you want, most important, that's why you're going. And two, reach out to the academic advisor in your area, even before you, whether it's a year or a year and a half. I think it's important to reach out. If you have questions on an academic major, let them assist you in understanding that. Don't try to guess. There's no sense in that. We're there to take care of you and make that transition as easy as possible. And the other thing I'll throw in there, just as a bonus, I guess, you've heard about getting involved on the campus. No matter what campus you finally find yourself at, find those organizations that go along with your major. Find those things. If you like something fun to do, find that out there too. You can actually have a good time on a college campus. So.
Awesome. I have another question to ask too. So if you could just go around again and share, what is your favorite event or tradition that takes place on campus?
So here at Drury, wrapping up the sort of weekend of orientation. And of course, this last fall, we did orientation in kind of a briefed version, but we do fireworks that Sunday night before classes start on Monday and Tuesday for students. So I think the fireworks kind of to seal the deal on orientation is the best part. And I'll go ahead and throw it out there. A lot of transfer students don't participate in orientation. And I'm definitely not the only one on here that says, please go. Please, if it's just for a few things, you may think you know it all, but all schools are just a little bit different. So there will be something you find when you attend orientation, but that's my favorite, are the fireworks.
My favorite is this event called Yell Like Hell. It is during our homecoming week, and it's where all the different student organizations come up with a cheer and dance, and they all compete against each other, and it's so much fun. Everyone, comes and watches it, and there's a winner, and there's a second place, and there's a third place. So again, get involved, and then you can participate in that, and it's so much fun.
Mine would be our yearly picnic. Unfortunately, COVID ruined that for us last year, but normally it's one of the best events on campus because there's live music. We have vendors come in and give away free stuff. So we gave away makeup one year. We do stuff a lion, so you can build a lion and put a cute little t-shirt on it. And then you also get free food. So this is available to any student and faculty. So not only do you get to enjoy the weather and be outside, but you get to meet new people and get to just embrace all the great things on campus and have a happy sunshine day is what I like to call it.
Ours would be our multicultural extravaganza. It is a real celebration of all different cultures. So we do like a buffet style, obviously on a typical year, with a ton of different food from different cultures. And the next part of that, as well as we do also like a fashion show in like traditional dress. And then the third part of that is different performances from different cultures. It's not just Newman University that usually participates in that event. It's also the Wichita community and other institutions. I know that last year when they did it, they had 20 different performances. They had like Irish dancers and all of these different performances going on. So that's one of my favorite events that we have on campus.
I definitely picked the right background tonight for this question, because one of my favorite traditions at Missouri State is when we turn this big fountain on. It's called Fountain Day. And as you would guess, it's basically there to symbolize it's springtime. Let's get some of that sunshine, as has been mentioned earlier before. And the beauty of many traditions on college campuses is that on our fountain day, yeah, there's going to be probably music. There's going to be lots of people most of the time, and giveaways. So they had, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 t-shirts that they gave away to students coming through. Then they got a meal with it, and just the fun things about that, about those traditions. So that's probably one of my favorites because it's such an iconic piece on our campus, and it just brings that life back from out of the winter months and gives you some hope for the rest of that spring semester.
That's great. Well, thank you all for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Missouri. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.